Hi guys, please relax and sip your coffee, because we're going to have fun today. And this lesson is going to be really therapeutic because you will need very sharp concentration. So it will develop your concentration as well as your ability to comprehend further Dostoevsky. And it will also improve your mood. You will see your mood at the end of the lesson will probably be better than now. So please open Маленький герой. I hope you have it printed. And if you don't, then please open the link below this video. And if you survived the previous lesson, you will probably survive this one. Probably. Cannot promise. Because today we also have a very long sentence. I'm going to show you which sentence we're going to have. Now, your first mission impossible is within your printed materials or within the materials on your screen to find this sentence that starts with the words «это бледное похудевшее лицо». You need to find it, and the previous sentence was ended with the word печаль, sadness. Now you can click Ctrl F and you can type in печаль, and then it will bring you here. It will bring you right here. Now this is our sentence today. So we'll have to overcome this sentence. So stick with me and you will be able to comprehend it. But first, I want to remind you what happened so far in the story. There was a big party near Moscow with lots of guests coming and going. And among the guests of the party, there were two people who are the main characters. An 11-year-old boy who is the narrator of the story, and a kind of weird young lady, 20 and something years old, who behaved in a very strange way towards this 11-year-old boy. She grabbed his finger and tried to break them and to hurt the boy and to embarrass him in different ways. She asked him to sit on her lap. Stuff like that. Kind of a crazy behavior. Now, we don't know yet why she's doing that. But we do know that that lady has a girlfriend. And her female friend is her far relative. And she's kind of an opposite of her. And so at the previous lesson, we had this depiction of that girlfriend of that crazy young lady, of her girlfriend. And I want to remind you, so I'm going to read you our long sentence that we worked on during the previous lesson, and I'm just going to translate so that you remember the details. And then it will also help you understand the next one. So, just a second. Okay. So I'm going to read it first. And please check if you were present at our previous lesson, please check your comprehension, because even though it might not be perfect, even though you might have forgotten few things, you might still be able to comprehend it pretty well. Listen. Возле нее всякому становилось как-то лучше, как-то свободнее, как-то теплее. И однако ж ее грустные большие глаза, полные огня и силы, смотрели робко и беспокойно, будто под ежеминутным страхом чего-то враждебного и грозного. И эта странная робость таким унынием покрывала подчас ее тихие кроткие черты, напоминавшие светлые лица итальянских мадонн, что, смотря на нее, самому становилось скоро так же грустно, как за собственную, как за родную печаль. So I'm just going to translate it by chunks. And if you want more detailed explanation, please watch the previous lesson. Near her, everyone became somehow better, somehow freer, somehow warmer. However, her sad big eyes, full of fire and power, looked out timidly and restlessly, as if under the constant fear of something hostile and threatening. And that strange timidity covered her quiet and soft, or quiet and humble features with such gloom every now and then. Yeah, remember подчас, every now and then. So it covered with such gloom sometimes her soft and timid features, resembling bright faces of Italian Madonnas. So it covered it so that, смотря на нее, looking at her, you yourself became soon as sad as because of your own, close to your heart, sadness. I completely understand that it was not the best translation, but that's how I just translated spontaneously. I think I translated it better the last time. So if you didn't get it, just watch the previous lesson. But now I want to read for you this frightening and long next sentence. And then we're going to go chunk by chunk, and you're going to get it. And your mood is going to be better. You will see. At least I hope so. Listen. Это бледное, похудевшее лицо, в котором сквозь безукоризненную красоту чистых, правильных линий и унылую суровость глухой, затаенной тоски, еще так часто просвечивал первоначальный, детский ясный облик. Образ еще недавних доверчивых лет и, может быть, наивного счастья, это тихая, но не смелая, колебавшаяся улыбка. Все это поражало таким безотчетным участием к этой женщине, что в сердце каждого невольно зарождалась сладкая, горячая забота, которая громко говорила за нее еще издали и еще в чуже роднила с нею. Okay, so let's go over the vocabulary. Let's take this first chunk. Это бледное, похудевшее лицо, в котором сквозь безукоризненную красоту чистых, правильных линий и унылую суровость глухой, затаенной тоски еще так часто просвечивал первоначальный, детский ясный облик. So, the vocabulary. Бледное means pale. Похудевшее means thin. Therefore, это бледное похудевшее лицо would be this thin, this pale and thin face. В котором means in which, сквозь безукоризненную красоту чистых правильных линий. Сквозь means through. Безукоризненную, perfect. Красоту comes from красота, beauty. Чистых правильных линий. Of чистых means clear or pure. You can write pure. Правильных means correct in this case. And линии means lines. Here, Dostoevsky means the lines of her face, like the features of her face. Therefore, look, сквозь безукоризненную красоту чистых правильных линий, it's gonna be through the perfect beauty of pure, correct lines. и унылую суровость глухой затаенной тоски. Унылый means gloomy. Суровость, toughness. Глухой затаенной тоски. Глухой, глухая means, in this case it means weak or weakly expressed. And затаенной means hidden. Тоски, тоска you could say desperation. I'm just finding this simple English word so that you get it. So it doesn't get complicated. Тоска, actually тоска means longing. Sorry, that would be the best word. So унылую суровость глухой затаенной тоски would be it would be gloomy, or even better, sad. You can even correct унылую for sad. Sad toughness of weakly expressed hidden longing. You will get, right now we are just working with chunks, but you will get all the puzzle together. Just stick with me. Еще так часто, so еще means still, and please put those two dots here. Так часто, so often, yeah, because часто means often. Просвечивал, просвечивал, it means was, I'll check the English word for that, just a second. It means to shine through, просвечивал, but that's the past, so it means shone through. Первоначальный means initial. Детский ясный облик. So, облик means appearance. And детский ясный means, ясный means clear. And детский means childlike. So, they are, basically, he's saying that through the sadness of her face, shone through this initial, первоначальный, детский ясный облик, this initial, childlike, clear appearance. You could see. So that's the meaning. So it means, so this part of the sentence means that basically through the sadness or through the gloom of her face, there shone through this childlike energy, yeah, or childlike appearance. Now, of course, Dostoevsky says it in a very picturesque way. Now, let's combine together the puzzle of this part of the sentence. I will read it again, and then we are going to go through this part of the sentence chunk by chunk. Это бледное похудевшее лицо, в котором сквозь безукоризненную красоту чистых правильных линий и унылую суровость глухой затаенной тоски, еще так часто просвечивал первоначальный детский ясный облик. So now please follow me carefully, because we are going to combine the puzzle together in relation to this chunk. This pale, thin face, in which, through the perfect beauty of clear, correct lines, and sad toughness of weakly expressed hidden longing still so often looked the initial childlike clear appearance. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, суровость is better if you translate severity. So, унылую суровость would be sad severity or dull severity. I will use it next time we translate, but you got it, right? So she had a pale and thin face, and which was pretty much sad. But through this face you could see первоначальный детский ясный облик. So the initial childlike clear appearance. And then he continues. Образ еще недавних доверчивых лет и, может быть, наивного счастья. So, облик and образ, it's pretty much the same. So, I will translate образ here also as appearance. It might also mean character, but appearance here will work fine. Недавних means recent, something that happened not long ago. Доверчивых, innocent. Therefore, образ еще недавних доверчивых лет would be the appearance of still recent and innocent years. Because недавних means something that happened not long ago. So, and еще here, basically, it just strengthens the idea. So you can skip it in your translation. So she had the appearance of her not long ago, of her innocent years that happened not long ago. И, может быть, наивного счастья. And maybe naive happiness. Yeah, so it relates to the obraz, to the appearance. Now we have read the half of this sentence. Sorry. Now let's read again this half. I will just read it in Russian, and I will translate all of that into English. And then we will take the second part. Это бледное похудевшее лицо, в котором сквозь безукоризненную красоту чистых правильных линий и унылую суровость глухой затаенной тоски еще так часто просвечивал первоначальный детский ясный облик, образ еще недавних доверчивых лет и, может быть, наивного счастья. That pale, thin face, in which, through the perfect beauty of clear and correct lines and sad severity of weakly expressed hidden longing, still so often looked through or shone through, просвечивал, looked through, shone through, the initial childlike clear appearance. Appearance of yet recent and innocent years. And it might be of naive happiness. That was the first part. Now, let's have the second part. I will read it first. Это тихая, но несмелая, колебавшаяся улыбка. Все это поражало таким безотчетным участием к этой женщине, что в сердце каждого невольно зарождалась сладкая, горячая забота, которая громко говорила за нее еще издали и еще в чуже роднила с нею. Let's explain the vocabulary. So here the main word is улыбка, which is a smile, and тихая means quiet, yeah. Несмелая. So what is смелая? Смелая means brave. Несмелая means it's the opposite of brave. So not brave, not courageous. Колебавшаяся means fluctuating. So, Это тихая, но не смелая, колебавшаяся улыбка. That quiet, not brave, and fluctuating smile. Все это поражало таким безотчетным участием к этой женщине. So, все это means all that. Поражало, it means, in this case, it means affected you. In other cases, it might mean something else. Безотчетным, uncontrolled, участием к, care, towards. So, Dostoevsky says, regarding all that he has been telling us so far, все это поражало таким безотчетным участием к этой женщине. So all that affected you with such uncontrolled care towards that woman, что в сердце каждого невольно зарождалась сладкая горячая забота. That in the heart of everyone, каждого comes from каждый, everyone, невольно, it means in an uncontrolled way, зарождалась, was born, a sweet and hot care. Because забота, участие, and забота is the same. It's a synonym, pretty much. So that's also care. Что в сердце каждого невольно зарождалась сладкая горячая забота. That in the heart of everyone, in an uncontrolled way, or spontaneously, was born a sweet and hot care. Meaning towards that lady. So again, the beginning of the second part. Это тихая, но не смелая, колебавшаяся улыбка. Все это поражало таким безотчетным участием к этой женщине, что в сердце каждого невольно зарождалась сладкая, горячая забота. So that quiet, but not brave, fluctuating smile. All that affected with such uncontrolled care. Участие might also mean participation. Uncontrolled participation with that lady, that in the heart of everyone, in an uncontrolled way, was born sweet and hot care. Just reminding you, they are talking about the girlfriend of that a little bit weird lady who created so many problems for that poor little 11-year-old kid who is a narrator in the story. So, горячая забота, so a hot care, которая громко говорила за нее еще издали и в чуже роднила с нею. So, care, which loudly, громко, говорила за нее, talked about, you could say за нее here, about her, or instead of her, еще издали. Издали means, еще издали, you can underline all of it and write from afar, from far away. И еще в чуже роднила с нею. So в чуже means, it's an obsolete word, meaning from the viewpoint of another person. Therefore, and роднила means got closer to her. Роднила с нею, got closer to her. So в чуже роднила с нею means, from the viewpoint of another person, got closer to her, meaning another person felt very, very close to her as if they were relatives, because роднила, it comes from родной, which is relative. So в чуже роднила с нею means it brought other people close to her. And actually depicts the word zabota, which is care. So again, let's start from here, and then we will combine all the puzzle together, all the sentence. В сердце каждого невольно зарождалась сладкая горячая забота. In the heart of everyone, in an uncontrolled way, was born sweet and hot care, которая громко говорила за нее еще издали, which loudly spoke regarding her from afar. И еще в чуже роднила с нею, and еще, and in addition to that, from the viewpoint of another person, they felt closer to her. I know it's not really in English, but it's closer to the Russian original. But it means that even other people, unrelated to her, felt related to her. Now look how it all works together. You ready? So here we are going to have very, very important point at the lesson where we read and translate everything. And then I'm going to read it without translation so that you check your comprehension. Look. Это бледное похудевшее лицо, в котором сквозь безукоризненную красоту чистых правильных линий и унылую суровость глухой затаенной тоски еще так часто просвечивал первоначальный детский ясный облик. Образ еще недавних доверчивых лет и, может быть, наивного счастья, эта тихая, но не смелая, колебавшаяся улыбка. Все это поражало таким безотчетным участием к этой женщине, что в сердце каждого невольно зарождалась сладкая горячая забота, которая громко говорила за нее еще издали, и еще в чуже роднила с нею. Actually, I'm looking now at the end of this sentence. И еще в чуже роднила с нею. It means еще here relates to в чуже. It means even if you are far away from her, you felt closer to her. Еще в чуже. But actually, it doesn't matter so much. So you can count on how I translated that previously. So look now how it works together. And even if you get part of it, that's fine, because that's a very, very complicated sentence. It might very well be that, that it's gonna be the most complicated sentence in this whole story. So don't worry if you don't get it 100%. That's also fine. That pale, thin face, in which, through the perfect beauty of the clear, correct lines and sad severity of weakly expressed hidden longing, still so often shone through the initial childlike, clear appearance. The appearance of not yet far away, innocent years, and maybe naive happiness. That quiet but not brave, fluctuating smile, all that stunned you or affected you with such uncontrolled care towards that lady, that in the heart of everyone, in an uncontrolled way, there was born sweet and hot care, which loudly spoke regarding her from afar, and still from afar, or even if you were apart from her, you felt closer to her, or you felt her relative. you felt very close to her. Hope you got it. Now, guys, it's gonna be the top of the lesson, the top moment, where I'm going to read it slowly, all of it, and you will get it much better. And it's also fine if you don't get everything, but you will get it much better now. Just listen. I'm going to read it clearly and slowly. Это бледное похудевшее лицо, в котором сквозь безукоризненную красоту чистых правильных линий и унылую суровость глухой затаенной тоски еще так часто просвечивал первоначальный детский ясный облик, образ еще недавних доверчивых лет и, может быть, наивного счастья. Это тихая, но не смелая, колебавшаяся улыбка. Все это поражало таким безотчетным участием к этой женщине, что в сердце каждого невольно зарождалась сладкая горячая забота, которая громко говорила за нее еще издали и еще в чуже роднила с нею. Okay, guys, so that's the end of today's lesson. In the description below, I'll put the link to the exact moment of just reading in Russian, so that you can listen to it repetitively and you can get it much better. If you need explanation, for example, you can listen to the explanation and then listen several times just to my reading of Russian. You will see that you get it much better. And if you want private lessons in Russian, to bring your Russian to a very high level, to function in a Russian-speaking environment with Russian-speaking materials, I have very good strategies. You are welcome to contact me using contact details below this video. Meanwhile, I wish you happiness, good health, and all the blessings. Ciao.